I'm Chuck Cameron, and this is your amazing backyard. Okay, this is Chuck Cameron for OCTV. We're at Oakwood Lake Township Park. Now, many of you probably have heard about this, but not many people probably have seen it. We just had a half an hour. We're going to have a half an hour tour, and we're going to show you some wonderful things about this park. We really hope you'll stop by. Oxford Township and Addison Township have some great parks, and people probably spend a lot of time in their screens and maybe not so much time out in the real world. So we hope you'll stop by these parks. We hope today you'll find out a lot about this park and say to yourself, whether I'm a disc golfer, or I'm a hiker, or I'm a photographer, or I just want to take my family on a little walk through a beautiful park. You might say after you see this, we gotta go. We gotta go. This is a great park. So you all stop by. Till then, stay tuned. I'm here with Jeff Kinasz in his Ranger Quad XP. We're going to explore Oakwood Lake Township Park. And I noticed these gates, they're kind of beat up. What's the drill in the gates? That's a surprise.
Yeah, we got kids that like to come out with their big trucks and push them around and knock them off and play reindeer games with them.
Ouch.
So we just fix them as they knock them off and keep them moving. This is our
Ouch.
first hole on our 18-hole disc golf course out here that we got on a grant.
Right. How do you get a grant for a golf course?
You apply for them like anything else. You look up, if you're looking for a certain thing, you look it up and you apply for it.
Got it.
And this is a tough course.
Is that
Now, that's the
hole?
first basket over there.
Whoa, that's a long way through.
So basically you're playing the road or you try to cut through the woods, but
That's
you got to be really good out
you
here.
got to be really good.
There's no open spaces out here. A trail to our left there. All these trails tie back together.
Okay.
So that way everything comes back to, this is the main road right here that takes us back to Rossman Lake.
So if I get out of a trail, I'm not going to wind up in Escanaba, right?
Nope. Unless you really get off into the woods.
All right, that's good.
But yeah, there's all the trails come back to the main trail eventually. So
Right.
it just depends how adventurous you want to be. There's about 4 miles of trails.
Wow, that's a
They're all
lot.
tied together.
So how does our township got money, $1.5 million I read, to buy this property? Who provided the money, and how did you guys end up with all these trails? Were they here already?
Basically, we got a grant from the DNR for $750,000.
Okay.
And then the property was valued at $1.5 million, and Devil's Ridge owned it at the time, Devil's Ridge Golf Course, and they gave us a charitable donation of $750,000.
Wow, so they needed a tax break.
Yep, and they got paid for the $750
Sure.
from the DNR. So it worked out good for everybody. And then the trails that we're on right now, we're just basically rutted up tracks.
Right.
So that's T2 right there to the right.
To the right?
Yep, right straight through. So what we did is we followed runways out here to stay on the high ground, the
Yeah.
deer runways,
Deer runways, yep.
because they know the lay of the land. So you just kind of follow them around and you flag it. And then we came in and we only took trees out that we had to.
Yeah.
Most of the time we didn't take trees out, we worked around them. So you see a lot of these trails will wind around and go around stuff, and to make it more aesthetically pleasing. We didn't come in and clear cut anything, just took out brush instead of trees.
Interesting, this area that's wide open, that you kind of wouldn't expect this in a wood lot.
Right. This was probably some kind of staging area at one time for something.
Yep. Beautiful tree.
Yep. And another trail going to the right. I had all these trails marked at one time, but all the signs kind of got damaged. So
Now there's a wooden fence over there.
that are decking that we pulled out to go across some low spots.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep, you put the decking down and you can transfer us across. But we've got other decking back here now, so we pulled that out. We could use it somewhere else. We've got gravel on these parts of the roads, as you can see.
Sure.
Grass grows over it, but we can get back here with vehicles to maintain stuff and equipment and do all that.
So you can get back here even in the winter.
Yep. Yeah, we'll drop a blade and we can plow all the way back to get in if we need to.
Although we haven't had much winter lately.
No, we haven't. Nope. And then it'd be, if something ever happened back here, the fire department would actually have access with a 4-wheel drive to get back here.
Sure.
You
Right.
know, if somebody got hurt or something happened on the lake back here.
So if somebody wasn't a Frisbee golf fan, I mean, Frisbee golf people must think this is just wonderful because it's really challenging.
Yeah.
Back in the woods. If somebody wasn't a Frisbee golfer, who else comes out here and why might they come out here?
Well, a lot of people come out here just to be in the peace and quiet. We've got some photographers who come out, take a lot of pictures of wildlife, and I mean, we've got everything out here. You know, we've got eagles out here, we've got coyote, fox, pheasant, partridge, deer, turkeys, varieties of birds, ducks, geese, a lot of different stuff out here that you can come out and see.
So there's some folks that like that kind of thing
Yeah.
might just wander out here, maybe with a camera or something, just to enjoy what they see.
Yep, and then you've got a lot of native species of plants. We have some people that are into that kind of stuff, so they'll
Sure.
come out here and take pictures of native species of plants out here that are growing up out in the middle of nowhere, and I had no idea what they were, you know,
Right.
the plant. So yeah, if you come out here on a day like this, it's nice and quiet, you can walk down these trails, you'll be able to see an abundant amount of wildlife.
I imagine so. So do families come out here?
I've seen a couple, but not many. Usually it's people coming out by themselves or a couple
Yeah.
coming out. People even come out and walk their dogs out here. It's a nice
Sure.
place to walk your dog.
Sure.
And so, but yeah, I don't see a lot of families coming out.
Seems like we have a lot of, in these areas anyway, we have a lot of homeschoolers. It seems like homeschool families might want to know about a place like this because it's real wilderness and they probably have lessons on the
Yeah.
trees and the animals and stuff, and walking around here wouldn't feel like walking around in their backyard.
Yep, and you can come out here and bring a picnic lunch out, pull a wagon back here. You know, you can throw everything in the wagon and you pull it out, and the kids could follow. And
Sure.
you know, you can come all the way back here and sit out back here. We do have one picnic table back here, but we have the dock out here that we put in. That was all part of the bond. We put that in so people can actually get up and maybe do a little fishing.
Fishing's fun.
Yep. Looks like the start of a rub there. The leaves are knocked off right there.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
thinking he's starting to scrape there, and he's
Yep.
going to start knocking.
Looked pretty good to me.
Yep.
So for those who don't hunt, why do you notice that? And tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I think a lot of people will walk right by that.
Yep.
But sportsmen, that's the kind of stuff we look for.
Yes, it is.
It's out of the ordinary. It's like, okay, why are all these leaves laying in a pile right there, and the dirt's starting to get bought up? That deer is just marking his spot, let the does know it's just his area.
You can see a lot of the brush. Every once in a while, there's an area of the brush that's pushed back. Obviously, there's a trail going back in the woods somewhere.
Yep, you'll see runways all over in here. There's some cedars to our right there. You'll see bands of cedars, and we have a lot of tamaracks out here too, which are the pine trees that lose their needles. They're the only
Right, yeah.
pine tree that loses. We have a lot of tamaracks out here. So this is really pretty right through here.
Boy, it is.
Just before we get to the lake, all these maples here. We just kind of worked these trails around both sides and left all the trees up where we could,
That's excellent.
just so we can get through.
So people who enjoy nature, people who enjoy the great outdoors, as we say, won't have to go very far. Now, I was looking at the map and then driving up here. It's only go to Meyer,
Yeah.
which everybody knows where it is,
Yep,
up 2 or 3 miles to Oakwood,
yep.
turn right on Oakwood. So how far off 24 are we on Oakwood?
About a mile and a half.
That's all.
Yep, we're right across the street from the DNR state land there. There's a parking lot there for the people that want to hunt the state land or just walk back to Horseshoe Lake back there. There's a beautiful lake back there too.
So there's lakes on both sides.
Yep, there's lakes on both sides, and they all come to all the headwaters of the Flint River that this stuff starts.
Got it.
It's a little gem back here, excellent fishing lake in the winter. You can come out here and where we put this dock and fish with your kids with a bobber, and you probably catch a few nice bluegill.
Yep.
There's pike in here too, caught some pike. So
Interesting. Pike way back in the lake in the middle of nowhere. How would pike get in here?
they come up the streams from the headways of the Front River there, and they swim
sure.
right backward all the way up here to get in here, because this is easy pickings for them back here to eat. Yeah, we had a lot of vandalism out here. We had stuff worked in to build a pavilion up front.
Yep.
There's just too much vandalism. We had Home Depot was going to build a lookout tower back here, but we've got kids coming back lighting fires, burning stuff. So it's too remote.
Yeah.
There's like Seymour, we don't have those problems. Powell Lake, we don't have those problems.
Sure.
Stony, for the most part, there's a lot of people in this high visibility areas, but back here there's nobody around, so it's kind of carte blanche to do whatever you want to do.
So if there are people who are designing to do something damaging just because they think it's fun, which is so sad,
Yep.
they can get away with it here.
Yes, they can.
Or they think they can get away with
Yep.
it.
Yep.
All right.
They do.
Well, let's change topics, because that depresses me. Tell us about this lake we're coming to.
All right, so this is the fishing pier we put in as part of the bond. So
Okay.
people could actually access the lake, because as you can see, it's so thick on the right and left, you
Yep.
couldn't get to the lake before.
So you made a way.
We made a way to get here.
Now, how do you build a dock and how do you build all this stuff in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, it's all on piers that we had to spin down by hand.
Okay.
We augered, there's big augers that we augered
Right.
down by hand.
Whoa.
And you can see them there on the left. You'll see the
Yep.
piers that go down.
Right.
Go down until you hit the hard pan, the gravel,
Sure.
and then there goes a great blue heron.
Yep. Yeah, I bet you could see a lot out here just quietly.
Oh yeah. Big snapping turtles in here. I mean big with moss on them swimming through here, you'll
Yep.
see.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff back here.
And a lot of quiet back here.
Oh, it's just, yeah, you think you're up north.
Now, how deep does this pond get?
This is about 6 or 8 feet deep here.
Really?
That's where you want to fish, over there.
Yeah.
A lot of water comes out from all the swamps over there.
Got
And
it.
I'll take you guys, this is a stream that goes out.
So where is the outlet?
The outlet's right over there.
Oh, here. Got it.
Right there, yeah.
Right.
We'll walk across that. I built a bridge to get across that.
Yep.
But that's where you want to fish, right over in there. That's where most of your bluegill kind of congregate.
So this would be a wintertime fish.
Yep, but you can cast out here with a bobber.
Yep.
You know, you'll catch bluegill here like
Yep,
that. Bring your
sure.
kids out. We put these in so kids
Yeah,
can
kids can.
walk up and not fall over.
Having
you
a
know.
kid fall over is not a good thing.
No, nope. So yeah,
Pretty quiet.
yes.
Now, pretty soon, I imagine we'll see some color change here. That'll.
Oh, we will.
Make
It gets beautiful up there.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
those are all oaks up top there, and they changed the last. But
Yeah.
you can see a lot of the tamaracks. All these pines are tamaracks here. Those will start losing their leaves pretty
Yep.
quick. They'll
Right.
start turning, or their needles. They'll start turning pretty quick.
And this is all at Oxford Township Park. So the folks
Yeah.
who live here
Yep.
have access to this park 365.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Excellent.
Daylight to dark.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Well,
Yeah.
we hope, of course, that when we do these presentations about the parks, that the folks in our communities see the park and go, I didn't know that was here. We should go back there.
Yeah.
So-
We hear that a lot. This is like the best kept secret in Oxford.
Yep.
I mean, we get a lot of people that come out and go, I didn't even know that park was there.
Yep.
And we used to do our Jacko jams out here, our Jack-o'-lantern jamboree.
Sure.
We had hay wagons and
Oh,
stuff like
nice,
that, but it
nice.
just got really hard to do.
Yeah.
And then with the amount of people
Yeah.
carting them back with hay wagons and back and forth, but that was a good way to get people out here. But
Right.
they just don't come back.
They just don't come back.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's a fun thing to do, and then, you know,
One and done.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll encourage people to enjoy this park. But this is
I hope they see this and grab a hold of it.
you. Come and tell your friends about this place.
Yes.
It's not lovely. I was going to say that it's not lovely. It's nature. It's beautiful. It's a place where you can come and be peaceful.
Yep.
I imagine a person could sit on this bench right here and
Yeah.
not do anything, and maybe leave their phone in their pocket.
Leave their phone in the car.
In the car is even better, and just relax for a while.
Yeah. Gather your thoughts.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We're gonna take another little walk. We hope you're enjoying this so far. This is Oakwood Lake Park.
Oakwood Lake Township
And
Park.
here's the mighty Oakwood Lake right here.
Yep.
I don't see any water skiers out here today either.
No, that's the beauty of it.
That's a good thing. All right. As I told you earlier, I don't have much of a sense of smell, but I can smell this park. It's just
thick in here.
it's a beautiful scent out here.
And these are the signs that I made.
Cedar Creek Trail,
Yep. And that's because of the cedars and the creek.
and so the creek is back over there in there somewhere, right?
Right here. Yep.
Oh.
That's where it comes right off the lake there. It comes right
Oh,
through
sure.
and it heads back to the creek that actually comes up by Oakwood Lake up the front of the park, and the two tie together and then they head out. But I had all those signs. I made all those signs and had them up on every trail, and they all got knocked down and destroyed. And so there's a remnants of a log cabin, as it says, 1920s log cabin. There's a remnants of a cabin back here.
Is that something we could go take a look at?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. So we've got 4 or 5 parks in Oxford Township. Is that right, Jeff?
4. Yep.
4. All right.
Yeah, we've got this one, of course, Oakwood Lake. We've got Seymour Lake. We've got Powell Lake, which is over by the library. And we have Stony Lake, which is just north of Myers.
The famous Stony Lake with the beach there.
Yep.
Here's a nice little bridge.
This is the creek that comes off. This is what the lake empties out of. We had to put this in here, and they actually broke this on me once. I don't know how they broke it, if they had 8 or 10 people back here bouncing on it,
Must have been.
but I had to double up on everything. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, the pike come right up this in the spring of the year, and they'll come right in and get into that lake.
Lots to eat there, huh?
Oh yeah, lots to eat.
Yep. Now, does it ever, I mean, in the spring with the rains, does this ever get roaring a little more than it is now, or is it all sort of a,
maybe 8,
Yeah.
10 inches higher?
okay, but not much?
This never freezes here because it flows all the time,
Okay, got
but
it.
the lake freezes.
Got it.
So, yep,
So ice fishing would be a good there, huh?
that's the best way to go ice fishing on this lake.
Got it. Okay.
And as you can see, these are all cedars on both sides of the creek. They go all the way over to the big swamp.
Well, so those of us who hunt deer look at a cedar swamp and think, this is a good place.
Yes, it is. I've seen a lot of big bucks in here.
Can you arrange several of them to walk right by so that Joe can,
Ring the dinner bell.
yeah, Joe can film them? That'd be real nice. This is a good place to watch how you walk too, wouldn't it?
Yep. Now we do have pictures of this, what this originally was. They cut the timbers.
Yep.
Now this wasn't the cabin. This is, you can see there's timbers laying all over
Sure.
that the kids have torn off or people have torn off, but somebody's come back and kind of threw stuff together.
Yeah.
But we do have pictures in our archives of this cabin from the 20s.
So there was a cabin here, and these are parts of the cabin
These
material.
are the remnants of left what they built the cabin. They cut the cedars right here and built what they did back here. And looking at the picture, I was looking at the picture. There's guys with doughboys, they call them back there. They had the old helmets from World War One.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They had their rifles leaning against the wall, and there were 2 chimneys coming out of the building. 2.
I don't see that much.
I thought about that for a while. I goes, I bet that's a still. One of them's a still.
Ah, yes.
So they were, back here shining probably back then.
Yep,
Maybe
yep.
during Prohibition.
Could have been.
Back here in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So
Yeah, there wouldn't be a lot of reasons to build a little cabin so far off of anything unless you really needed peace and quiet.
Yep.
Or unless you really needed peace and quiet.
yeah, because you hiked back here. You didn't drive. There
Yep,
was,
yep.
you walked back in here. So yeah, and then you pretty much had back then there was nothing out here.
Yep.
So
Moonshiners, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay, well, entrepreneurs.
Yes, for
Yes,
sure.
right. All right, I
So
like
this. The
this.
kind of stuff that I think is really neat. That's, you know.
So right then, we've got, in this general direction is back to the road, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then we're here now,
Yep.
lake and cabin.
Yep.
How much more of this park is there in this general direction?
200 yards, you'll run into the old Devil's Ridge Golf Course. Which
Okay.
has been purchased last year. It was purchased by a private individual. So
Got it.
that's no more. But about 200 yards that way, you'll hit the old golf course.
So we've got a couple hundred yards more past the lake.
Yep.
Is still our park.
Yep.
How much to the west of us here?
Probably about 500 yards that way, you'll hit Ag's property, American Ag's property then.
Okay, so the other side of the lake.
Yep. And that'll take you almost all the way to it'll take you all the way to Metamora Road, with the few houses carved out there in Oakwood and Metamora. There's 5 or 6 houses there.
Okay, so then for this area, how far to the east does this park go? Roughly.
It's going to go to the east probably half a mile.
Oh, it's a big
At
park.
least a half mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that could be some interesting walking.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Bring your boots.
It gets thick and wet in there, and
Yep.
now we've been in a dry spot, so everything's pretty dry out here right now. We won't run into any low spots this time of year.
Good. Excellent. All right. So,
All right.
what else do we need to know? I'll let you lead, sir.
All right, we'll walk back out, and we'll go down one of the other trails.
Now, what are the rules here about burning fires, anything like that?
Can't have fires.
No fires in it.
Yep, no fires.
Good.
No alcohol permitted. No hunting permitted.
Got it.
It's not something that's nobody's out here to enforce hard, but
Right.
if you get caught, you'll probably get a ticket from the police or the DNR. DNR comes out here regularly.
Good.
Patrols, yep, checks people's licenses if they're back here fishing.
Yep.
They know there's no hunting in here, so they've caught a lot of people in here hunting. So,
Well, if you said earlier there's no fences around,
right.
did there used to be fences around?
There was a fence they put up when they first got the property,
Yep.
probably right around 2000.
Okay.
And since then, it's been knocked down and sections torn out.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Seems to my ear to be a theme. There are people who are fine with knocking stuff up and breaking stuff down.
Yep. Yeah,
Sad to hear,
it is.
but that's a minority of jerks.
Right, and that kind of sets the scale for what we actually can do, though.
Tell me about frisbee golf. What's the allure? Are these golf things used? Do people come out here?
Yeah,
How
people
popular
come out
is it?
here. I mean, not a lot of people, but your diehard guys will come out.
Right.
I guess it's like any other sport. If it's what you enjoy and it's what you're good at,
Right.
you know, that's the kind of the sport you participate in.
It seems like it would be a challenging place to play that sport with
It
all
is
the trees.
mostly
and stuff.
younger people.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a newer thing. I'd never heard of it till I came here 20 years ago. I'd never heard of disc golf.
Yep.
So, but it's really expanded
Yeah, disc golf.
through the country. It has.
Right.
We have tournaments at Seymour. There's a guy that approached us about having a tournament out here, but I have not heard any more about it. So I don't know if he kind of backed off a little bit or.
Sure.
But yeah, we're basically on this side of the park. The east side of the park is where the disc golf course is.
Got
So
it.
that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to drive through this side
Okay.
and take a tour all the way through. You'll see every tee and every basket, and we got some different baskets back here that are kind of cool the way we did them.
And you guys put all this stuff in.
Yes. Yep.
Must have been a little work to get all that stuff.
It took us about 4 years to develop the park,
Got it.
to get it passable and usable. Winter time,
Yep.
we'd come out here and spend
Sure.
2-3 months in the winter building up trails and
Yep.
cutting trails and doing all that good stuff. So
The nice thing is, in the winter, with all these trees, you're a bit sheltered from the cold.
yeah, it's really
From the
not
wind.
that cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go for a ride.
So
It's
off to your left here. You'll see this stand of cedars, and this goes all the way through
excellent.
on both sides of the creek.
Cedar's good wood.
Yeah.
Now, when you get big windstorms and stuff like that, you and your huge team of people, you guys come and have to chop down and cut them up and get them off the main trail.
Periodically, we'll come back and check, but when you're in a forest, you
Yeah.
usually don't get the damage because the trees protect
They
themselves.
they hold each other
Yep.
up.
The wind doesn't penetrate, and like it hits a wall and it stops.
Yep.
This is one of the baskets that's kind of neat right here to the left.
Oh yeah,
See it hanging in the
right.
tree there?
Yeah, and hanging up. Is there a charge for Frisbee golfers back here?
Nope, it's all free. All our parks are free to enter, free to use.
Yep.
So yeah, anybody can come out here and it doesn't cost them anything to come and enjoy this.
So then the people of our community probably have no idea that there's this much park here, and that there's this much effort by the township, the taxpayers of the township, to keep it up.
Yep. It
So
takes a lot of, it's just maintenance. It takes a lot of maintenance.
If people aren't aware of the park, they're missing something that their taxes are paying for.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, this has been a great tour. I appreciate you taking the time to show us. You must be very proud of this. It's a beautiful park.
It is. We've done a lot of things to move it forward, and we just want people to come out and enjoy it.
How long has the township owned this property?
I think since about 99 or 2000, right around that benchmark somewhere.
24 years?
20 plus years, yeah.
Yep, all right. And you guys have spent an enormous amount of time and energy cleaning, working, fixing, making it the way it is today.
Yep. Try to keep it as natural as possible, and
Right.
yet get trails through here so people can enjoy it.
Got it. So we're hoping that, people who love disc golf, they'd love it.
Yep.
The families who might want to take a walk in the woods, they'd love it.
Fishermen would love it. They get back to Rossman Lake back there, catch some nice bluegill.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Hunters can't hunt here because
Nope.
it's illegal.
Yep. No hunting on township property anywhere.
Photographers might love it because there's a lot of things to see.
Yeah.
A lot of things to see.
We get a few photographers out here that take a lot of nice pictures.
Excellent.
People that love native species of plants, they come out
Yes,
and do that too.
Beautiful
Yep.
trees.
Yeah.
Howdy.
That's one of our photographers right there.
See him.
Howdy. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're with Oxford TV, and we're taking a video tour of the park, and we're going to put it on Oxford TV station to wave the flag and tell people what a great park this is.
Yeah. Don't tell too many people.
We'll tell 2 people. The rest will keep a secret.
Okay. I think that's a secret.
There you go.
That's a
Best
good-
kept secret in Oxford.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a very nice park.
I'm here every day.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, every day, every morning for like 2.5 hours.
You must get a lot of great shots.
Well, I get some good ones. I'm not a very good photographer, but I like it. you
Yeah.
know?
And that's the key. Do what you like. What do you enjoy photographs?
Well, I'm doing like plant stuff that grows.
Right.
Birds are too quick for me.
Yep, they are. Yeah.
Because I'm 87. You
Yep.
know, and they're
Yep,
gone
they're
before
gone.
I can even pull the camera.
And it's so overgrown.
I go with the plants and the flowers.
Plants don't move so much,
Yeah.
or very
You
slowly.
understand.
Yes, sir, I do. Well, I'm only 77, but I understand. The birds. Got it. Well, good. I'm Chuck. You are?
Rod Wright.
Rod, good to know you.
Good to know you.
Enjoy.
Chuck,
Yep, Chuck
you know,
Cameron.
my son used to announce for the TV.
Really? Yeah?
Rod Wright.
Yeah, you know Rod Wright?
I know Rod, absolutely. Worked with Rod many times.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's my son.
Call
He-
football,
he's in
basketball.
this part,
Excellent. Very cool.
you know,
I do.
Yeah.
you guys do a good job because, you're not making a bunch of money from it. You guys
That's-
are doing what you
We're just doing it.
That's the truest thing you've said all day, sir.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, good to talk to you.
Glad you enjoy it.
I'm glad they got some positive stuff here,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of that.
I thought somebody was digging up stuff all the was on the trailer,
You got to watch this guy. He's sketchy. He's been great to give us a tour.
Well, if you take a picture of this stuff, you still got it.
You still got
don't
it.
have to dig it up.
That's
You don't
right.
have to dig it.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
Take her easy.
Good luck, you
Good
guys.
night,
Keep
thanks.
up the good work.
We will.
So, in the end, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Thank you for the wonderful park tour. Thank you for all the work you guys do.
Thanks for coming out and letting people know. They'll watch, they'll see,
Yes.
they'll come out and enjoy.
Yep.
That's the idea.
Yep. So for you all, got to come out to this park, Oakwood Lake Park, right?
Yep, Oakwood Lake Township Park.
And Oakwood Lake Township Park the lake is way back in the walk, and you really ought to come. It's a wonderful place. So Chuck Cameron and Jeff for OCTV, you have a great day.